Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most prosperous commercial. I hope poor little Diona isn't too upset. Don't want to add too much stress. I guess I'll post an expedition at the field. When you're high up, everyone can hear your voice.
Welcome to the Violation.
Oh, she'll forgive me for indulging myself with wine during the festival.
Not even one spicy dish. Welcome. How can I help you? Everything we have is a blessing from Barbados.
I really envy those with the God's eye.
Oh, by the gods.
Your songs here, all so wise.
The sun is setting in the sky.
Divine Laser Fest. Welcome to the Divine Laser Fest. Welcome to the Vine Laser Fest.
Clear autumn skies and the aroma of wine. There's no better time to sing out loud.
Sorry, little Diona is currently taking a few days off.
I'll keep this close. Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A wild stab.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. Not only do I know that...
So, you've been watching us from the...
Uh-oh. Paimon.
And you...
So you and Delavar...
But you got one
If that's the case...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village...
Delavar. And Enger. You're here too, huh?
Long time no see.
Dia.
Yeah.
See?
You're not wrong.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Just following orders.
Take that!
With the wind!
Impossible! Ow!
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skill. And of course you would believe everything he reported. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing... That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her... That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village because you
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were... Okay, that should be all.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you...
Oh, but instead of catching them right away...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the...
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed foot...
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Enger and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really...
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try... That's what you wanted to ask when we were at home.
Wait, so he's a rat?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a...
Wow, what a genius idea!
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the
So, that thing about how mercenaries only care about Mora.
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King, making the Dendro Archon out. But I see through it all.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him... This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here. All right. I'll be in touch. Until then.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is while I'm questioning them, why don't you pass? I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler. As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to... Right on time. We'll know any more.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been...
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight out...
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one...
Well, Paimon thinks you're great, too.
Really? Thanks for...
Oh, Sino's here.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation tech.
Oh! You mean you taught Candace?
Right.
Come on in, everyone. Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes. Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm...
Yes! Please, don't be this anymore.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves. Yet you do not hesitate to place the ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the village keepers. They are vital members of our community. And you come here to my village, and you treat my people as not...
Mercy!
You've made your bed. We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the people of Aru village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and a war would only cause us to lose.
I'll tell you everything I know, please, just...
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to us.
They're called village keepers. Slip up again.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help us. I'm not...
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then...
Wait, I'm telling the truth.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. You gotta believe me, please.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not that guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face.
I believe I may know what's going...
Uncle Anpu. Smooth.
Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take... It strikes me now that this secretive
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the... They were the ones who brought them here to begin with.
Not the academia again.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keeper?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. That changes... Regardless.
You're right. Aesop, time to go.
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and review.
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Hey, what's with...
You never think things through before asking questions.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! There's just nothing super obvious.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching.
Yep. We're not gonna find out any... Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choices.
Yeah, you're all tough.
While you were investigating, I had my own...
Really?
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that...
Huh? Right here?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But...
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word?
You mean, some of them will...
Hiding the truth does not necessarily... Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That, by contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you. Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since the reason being, to someone...
Those eyes...
Don't change...
It's quite obvious that
Right.
She corrected herself...
I think it's been a few...
Remember? She made a...
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected...
Then, why would...
By getting involved with an out...
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid...
We're on it!
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier...
Mr. Ohei...
Huh?
Go ahead and talk to her. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, Traveler. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's before I would... Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to...
My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back.
Oh, Hatham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really... Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone...
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes... Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint. It used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived...
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe...
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old...
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Yeah, let's go!
Disappear!
I'll protect us. Oh, is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
Empty and forgotten. An ideal place to hide people.
Monsters! Watch out! show be... super strong bandits? Or monsters? He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take a... Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then... I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. What are you reading? Let Paimon see!
Okay, sure. So...
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya! How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey! Paimon! And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people... Getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can...
Something is off about the interior here. As I thought.
Wow. It's like they tucked another... Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around. Everything's ready. Let's go. We can do this! I'll protect us.
With the wind! Wind blade!
Everything's ready. Let's go. I'll take care of it. Look, there's someone over there. Good idea. Let's approach him slowly.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his... Also, why is he...
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the Academia.
He's a scholar, too? Is he the kind that...
No. And that... Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavadala. Leaving that question aside for the moment, it looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a car.
Loaded with...
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry. The symptoms are identical.
Huh? What?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall, don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, now that you mention it...
Correct. The Academia, it isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based, as well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends. This scheme has one further advantage to the Academia. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King. The notion of an Academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may...
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village, but there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the Academia that brought the scholars to...
Throughout this process, one thing... First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were... An exile is still patently a living... If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them.
Resource?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be
Extracted? You mean...
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out...
So, the human brain... No!
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted, or perhaps his curiosity got the...
Paimon's a little confused. Can they just use...
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about... However, I can't... The Academia is going out of their way to look for... I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine...
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hand...
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge. But I'm not particularly... Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this...
Sounds like you're really against them.
Of course. The Academia, whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. This matter needs to be corrected.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
You can say that. Simply put, the divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That does...
friends for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're...
Though I must say, uniqueness is also an asset, is it?
Wow, that's a great way to think of...
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's... He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with... We'll work out our next step after we return.
I'll protect us.
You must be tired. You
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather.
So, at one point in time,
Yep, pretty much.
their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village. Since Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village.
Yeah.
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words.
It is simply a logical inference. I have...
So what you're saying is... Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Al-Haytham.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available. Simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you...
The academia?
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia enters new info. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the general...
You're saying that the academia entered my info... But what's the point in doing that?
The Akasha is capable of The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart...
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles, so tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable. Sino, don't take it to heart. This...
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back.
There is always an opportunity for safety.
Oh, so that's how it is! If the academia is trying to avoid Sino... Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After them! Please, wait! I want to go too! I want to find Grandpa...
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Paimon feels like...
I'll be awaiting your good news.
So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand. Is that because you play here a lot? Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device, something akin to a head. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way. Let's split up and search the area.
Is this what we're searching for?
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have... They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what? Grandpa, I hope you're okay. Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone
But running on sand is so tiring. But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too? Of course it is!
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I...
I knew.
Dia? Why would you... Dia! Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa?
This...
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this Dia, you...
I'm not the type... Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand...
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King.
It's not too late yet. The village keep...
You don't understand, my dear.
Even if it'll expose you to the Academia? Even if they end...
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. With these scholars in our...
Ridiculous. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia.
They look more like pawns of the filthy trade.
Perhaps.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their...
Wait, you can't be serious.
So...
Precisely.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the I'm not trying.
You were the
Not all desert.
You academia scum.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said? You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Rahman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't
We've known each other for...
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty. Come on, Rahman.
But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're merc.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Rahman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to.
That's not for...
Do it!
Dia, run!
Stop!
What's wrong?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm... You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now.
Phew. I was really counting on him not...
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your mind?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes...
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal if it came down to it. You would...
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot... Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are...
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do...
Whatever it takes? You just might be...
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that...
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving.
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isa.
I'll watch from a safe distance.
Okay.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite...
Huh. They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. You brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa, why is there a...
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word.
It's a 1-for-1. And let me put it this way. Agreeing...
You stay right there.
What do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Don't you see this blade here? You coward. Why are your hands shaking? Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Paimon's dizzy.
This day's going.
The sand dune. I saw an energy field. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said. The dendro archon.
Grandpa?
Hey, look around you.
There used to be a temple.
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed the symbols on the gate belonged to the Scarlet King's civilization. It could have been an underground palace and...
Oh, a miracle. Praise the...
What's he doing?
They must have fallen. Most of them seeming really bad.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict.
He's not...
As it happens, I want to take...
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power. 2 major deities are...
Paimon thought you weren't interested...
Indeed. New discoveries are always...
Raman, what are you gonna do about your...
I'll just let them lay here.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so...
Sir Rama.
What? Huh?
Do you...
Are you mocking me?
Interpret it however you want. But there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from the Scarlet King...
Whatever you say.
There's nothing to be angry...
It does seem kind...
Windblade! Windblade!
I'll protect us. La da 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 da.
With the wind! Huh? Windblade! Disappear!
Let the show begin.
It's a sight to see. The Scarlet King's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of the Scarlet King.
It's getting brighter! Oh, it looks so beautiful!
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
They left something behind.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful His wisdom is a miracle among the people.
You can read Ancient Scarlet...
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages.
He's not serious.
There's still something off about this place. The scent of life.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletons. Excellent. There's a device from the Scarlet King's civil...
Isn't sharing knowledge against...
Yes. However, you'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. The Scarlet King brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping the Scarlet King to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memories.
No.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
But this doesn't make...
Was that the former Dendro Archon?
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt the Scarlet. You've just witnessed his priests.
I've never heard of the surviving followers of the Scarlet King all gathered in Aru village. The Scarlet King's death, the all but total annihilation of ours. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor. Who stabbed us in the back and our...
You were blinded by your prejudice.
How could I have...
Rahman, that's an... Give it a rest. You're starting to make a...
My Eremites...
Hey.
I should probably go.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. But please, give me some time.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow. I'll convince everyone that we're all up. And I'll return every last one of your mad... sorry.
You seem to finally understand that our...
Yes. The gods never...
That must have been rough.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction, it's too bad he was held back by his belief in the Scarlet King. But now that that's changed...
The outcome, at least...
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal. Sino, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.
Let the show be...
Close enough. A new punching bag. Disappear!
I'll protect us.
It's all good. Whatever the boss says.
Rahman?
Everything's been arranged. So
I guess all I can say now is...
don't mention it. But we share a common cause now.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scrub!
There's no need to yell.
We've been all over the desert!
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No, no!
Whoa. The moment they said...
You should have known that I would be...
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do work.
Please have mercy.
Start talking.
So, your superiors have kept...
They, wanted...
Don't play dumb. They extract divine canned knowledge.
I
Well, you better start talking or you'll be sorry!
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
Be my guest.
Huh?
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like...
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukadev, the withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if...
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis, and the Doctor was previously expelled from the academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he asked them, do you...
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the
First, the academia spent a long time After that, they harvested dreams via the Zeb-Zerus festival with the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen...
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge...
Call it an educated guess? The academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the scholar's map. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something...
You must have noticed by now. The academia doesn't care about who their god is. It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience. Some organisms demonstrate this is but a form of phototaxis.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean? Is she not a true god present in this world?
From the beginning, the academia has never... When the academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, they found that at the time she... Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. Slowly but surely...
So...
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then Rahman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. In these two...
Sure.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes. and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them.
The atmosphere. Hey! Say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about?
Or I can go
Oh! Paimons!
Do you have any plans, Traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
So you were still withholding some information?
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my...
It seems like there'll be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipated.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Ramon's joined us, we'll be...
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of...
So, everyone.
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other reasons...
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Yep, it'll work out for sure.
Your memory is far superior to mine.
By the way, do you still remember?
Don't rush. Take it slowly.
You're starting to read it?
Would you like me to lend...
No way!
I was joking.
Ugh, you're
You must let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Though I cannot leave Aru Village. I've never felt as roused as this when fighting alone in the past. I suppose this must...
In the past, if we can find a way to...
The past few days have been some of the most... And none of it'll earn me a single mora. I can't believe it.
Look on the bright side, dear.
You've got a...
Paimon will buy...
That's it?
And...
Well, and here's hoping that...